Welcome to Pep Talks with Jeannie. I'm your host, Jeannie Pepper. I started doing Pep Talks as a way to inspire you to do intentional acts of kindness and to further the goals of #BlazeItForward. Since its inception, Pep Talks has evolved, and now I use it to interview people actively making a difference in this world through their volunteerism, community service, or careers. My guests are all here because they have dedicated their lives to making this world a better place. Join us as we delve into the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of these truly inspiring and hardworking people. This season, we will be using a panel format in some of our episodes to bring together synergistic guests to discuss topics that weave the social fabric of the world around us. Welcome to another episode of Pep Talks with Jeannie. Well, thank you all for coming today. What a beautiful group. I'm sorry that some people are getting a lot of sun right now, but it will be momentary. The sun is setting, so that is the good thing. But yeah, thanks for sharing your Saturday afternoon for a healing experience. I've never participated in one like this before, but I have been to one like this at Linda. This is Linda over here, Linda's house. And I thought it was really interesting. I think you'll enjoy it. So if you haven't done it before, it's a very cool thing when they use these sound baths. I like it anyway. So I'm not going to waste any time because we're already running a little bit late now. But for those of you who don't know me, I am Jeannie Pepper, and I have a podcast that I've been doing for probably about 18 months now. We've been doing Pep Talks, and I like to interview people that are making the world a better place. And you are so lucky because some of those people are here. I see Phil. Yay, Phil from Radiant Healthcare. Linda, who is our healer and fentanyl advocate. Yay. Soraya, she's our women's rights activist. Yes. Anybody else? Okay. Well, there's hope for the rest of you. There's always a chance that you'll be on the show too. I think Valerie's might be next. Valerie Hirsch in the back. Yes. So yeah, I'm trying to recognize people that are making the world a better place, people that are healing the world, people that are healing us. I think it's important that we celebrate people that care about other people and that care about the world and what we're leaving for our children and our families. So that's why we're here. It's a movement. And I started it with my husband after our son passed away in 2018. He was 19 years old, and he was really kind, and he would have loved an event like this. So we do this to carry on his legacy of making this world a better place. And I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I have people that want to do it with me. I hope that's forever. With that, I will allow the healers to begin. Sierra, where might you be?
Thank you. So my name's Sierra Sovereign, and for the last few years, I've been working on community-inspired mental health and wellness offerings for people that are struggling with where they're at, whether it's something you're not really aware of, coming from depression or anxiety, and trying to help people tap into their inner guidance systems and working through the processes and somatic integration and nervous system regulation to help you work through those moments and move through the depression and anxiety, insomnia, whatever is manifesting for you as a physical symptom, autoimmune disease, and to have community to go through it with, because we're not in this alone. And we have this amazing team that I've been working with, Linda and Selah and Anna. Raise your hands, ladies. Thank you. Through the summer, we were offering a community event called Radiance and bringing together anywhere from 50 to 125 people and offering different practices that will help you. So I've been working in integrative medicine, in psychoneuroimmunology, and holistic psychiatry, functional medicine, chiropractic, pain management, and currently working at a cancer treatment facility curing cancer. So what happens when we are not able to move through these emotions and they stay trapped in the body? It will manifest as a physical symptom. So what are these symptoms that are coming up? So what we're doing through these practices, through different things like breath work, yoga, meditation, sound healing, they all have benefits in healing. So that's what we're going to be offering for you today. And it's an honor to be able to serve and be a part of what Jeannie's putting together. And honoring that we're all going through something, we've all been through something, and we can hold space for each other and really come together in connection and be comfortable with acknowledging where you're at and being vulnerable and sharing and saying, it's okay to say, I'm not okay right now. I'm going through something hard, and asking for help. It's so important that when you see somebody that's going through something, to reach out to them and check on them. And when I was going through a really tragic loss of my husband committing suicide, I was having a really hard time functioning. I became very sick, and it was the moments where the people that never stopped checking on me, the people that would say, if you don't return my text, if you don't answer the phone, I'm coming by. I'm coming to your house, and I'm going to come check on you. So that really meant a lot to me during that time. It got me through. So when we're going through our struggles, please ask for help if you need help. There's so many free resources, and we're bringing these offerings to you, and honored to be able to do that because we've all been through it too. So, yeah. Selah? What was that? What are you saying, Linda? Oh, okay. Selah is going to be speaking now. Thank you, everyone, for being here and being a part of this.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to have everyone stand up, and we're going to come into a circle. So wonderful. My name is Selah. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for saying yes. So let's just take a moment to just ground into the space. You can close your eyes. Just in that silence, begin to open up your heart. The intention of this circle is to honor our loved ones, honor yourself. So each of us have a story. Each of us have gone through life. And we know that when we come together in community, we grow and we heal. We are all connected in very subtle ways. And what connects us is our heart. So let us just take this moment to thank those who came before us. We also give thanks for those who will come after us. Each and every one of us has come here to learn, to grow, and evolve. We were all designed with purpose. We've been blessed with different gifts, talents. And we make change by first changing ourselves and sharing our gifts, being there for one another, checking on one another. So just ask yourself, what drew you to this space? Why did you say yes? We always take an active role in any type of gathering. So Sierra, myself, Linda, Dennis, Anna, all of those who put this gathering together, we're here to guide you back into your heart. Create a space where you do feel supported, you do feel seen. And the power comes in that space, in that sacred space where you can hear Spirit. You can hear God speak to you. So we're going to just bless our time together. And again, thank you so much for saying yes.
Okay, then. Thank you so much. That was really beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Also want to thank Eli. Oh, thank you so much. Eli produces my podcast, and he is a professional audio engineer, technician, so he made sure that we could all hear each other today, which is, maybe that's good. Linda, are we ready? Okay, so we're going to do some yoga. Linda's going to lead us in that, and Linda is she'll tell you her story when we get there, but I've become close with Linda, and what a great thing to be part when you're on your healing journey, to meet people that you just think are just so fantastic. So if I wasn't in a healing place, I may never have met you. So that's the silver lining of having trauma. You meet some really nice people along the way. Yeah. So and Linda and I have been giving out fentanyl test strips for people that use drugs, and Narcan. And Linda can teach you how to use both, and I can help you figure out how to use it. I've never used one before, but but she can explain it. Anyway, if anybody wants some of those to take with them, we have extras. Maybe not here. I don't have them right now, but we can get them to you. So if anybody wants those. And with that, I'm going to let you take it away.
All right, thank you, everybody. Why don't you head on back to your yoga mats?
We're just going to settle into our space right now. And just feel your hips grounding down into the earth. Feel the warmth of the sun on the side of your face. And we're going to begin to bring awareness to our breath. As you feel the cool air travel down your throat, deep into your belly, filling your lungs with oxygen, energy, and feel the air as it exhales through the throat, out the nose, the warm air exiting your body, letting go of the day, letting go of that monkey mind that jumps from limb to limb, knowing you are safe here on the four corners of your mat in this beautiful space. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sip up more love, more compassion, more courage, holding that. And let's open the mouth wide as we exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Begin to gently roll your head, allowing your head to feel heavy like a bowling ball, perhaps closing your eyes. And we'll bring the head the opposite direction, relaxing the neck, relaxing the day. Continuing to breathe slowly through your nose. Now begin to gently rock your body, bringing your chest forward and then rounding your back.
Inhaling as you go forward, exhaling around. And begin to really over-exaggerate this, making it a dance. Let's go the opposite way now. Shoulders down. We exhale back. Inhale forward. And then coming to stillness, we're going to reach up with that left arm. Place it around the head and gently pull the head to the side, bringing the shoulder down towards the earth. And then reach up. We're going to take that right arm over the head, gently grabbing that ear and pulling it down, bringing the opposite shoulder down towards the earth, stretching through the neck. And then gently let go of the neck, and we're going to go now down into a child's pose position. So child's pose, your knees are spread out wide to the edges of the mat. Your arms reach out in front of you, and you place your forehead on the mat. Placing your third eye down, your area of intuition and knowledge. And I want you to begin to very gently feel the texture of your mat beneath your fingertips. As you feel your back rise with each breath, and perhaps bringing your arms out even farther and feeling the texture of the grass. Feeling present in your body. Now I want you to take your left arm and bring it to the left corner of your mat and place your right arm on top. Reaching to that far corner of your mat, I want you to take a nice deep breath, opening up that rib cage. And then exhale, bring your hands to the opposite corner. Reaching, taking a nice deep rich inhale, expanding that rib cage. And exhaling out. We're going to bring the hands to the center of the mat now, and we're going to rise into a tabletop position. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to inhale, and we're going to bring the chin up. Allow your belly to sag. And then we're going to exhale, push the earth away, round your chin to your chest, cat pose. Inhale, we're going to bring the chin up, cow pose, lifting your heart. And then exhale, round your chin to your chest, over-exaggerate these motions. Inhale one more time. And then exhale, rounding your chin to your chest. Now bring your fingertips towards your knees. And I want you to just gently rock back and forth, stretching out the palms of your hands and your wrist. And then we're going to take the left arm and we're going to reach it up high. And we're going to bring it underneath. And we're going to place our cheek on the mat. And if it feels okay, reach the opposite arm around. Stretching through your shoulder. Now gently come out of the pose. We're going to reach the opposite arm up now. And bring it underneath. Resting the opposite cheek on the mat, and if it feels okay, wrap the arm around your body. Breathe into it. Now reach that arm up high and come back into your tabletop position. And I want you to look down at your knees, and we're going to send the hips up high and pop into a downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, you're pushing your upper body close to your thighs, and you should look like an inverted V from the side. And I want you to begin now to pedal out your feet, bending one knee deeply, bending the opposite knee. Feeling the nice deep stretch in the backs of your Achilles, your calves, your hamstrings, and allowing your head to fall heavy like a bowling ball. Now I want you to bring your feet wide to the edges of your mat, and you're going to take your right hand, and I want you to grab your left ankle and bring your opposite arm up high and take it behind your back. And then we're going to release, and we're going to place the left hand to the right ankle. Bring the opposite arm up high and wrap it behind your back. And then bring the arm up and over. And we're going to go back to our downward facing dog position. Pedal out your dog one more time. And then we're going to bring the right leg up to the ceiling of the sky. And we're going to send it through. And we're going to rise up into a warrior one. Reaching your arms towards the sky, energy through your fingertips, sinking down low. Your biceps are by your ears. Feel your power. Take a deep breath. We're going to send the hands behind us. Power lunge. And then bring the hands back up again. And we're going to place them down on the mat. Step your foot back. You're going to chaturanga down. And we're going to go into an upward facing dog. And then curl those toes under into a downward facing dog. Now bringing that left leg up to the ceiling of the sky. And you're going to send it through. And you're going to rise up into a warrior one. Again, energy through the fingertips, pulling the biceps by your ears. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, power lunge. Looking at the beautiful ground beneath you. Bring the hands back up. Take a deep breath. And bring the hands down. Step back. Chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards your hands now. Spread your feet wide to the edges of the mat. Grab your elbows. Place a deep bend in your knees. And we're going to begin to gently sway right and left. Allowing your head to feel heavy. Belly to your thigh. Your arms should feel heavy, like they're filled with wet sand. A nice deep bend in the knees. And then interlace your hands behind your back, and we're going to reach them up and over. Just allow gravity to open up the shoulders. And then slowly rise back up, allowing your hands to touch over your head. We're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to exhale back out into our downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet. Bring the left leg up to the sky, and we're going to send it through into a low lunge. And from here, I want you to transfer your leg into a pigeon stretch. So just allow yourself to settle into the stretch, never forcing anything. Take a deep breath, and then gently bring your upper body down towards your mat. Just surrender. We hold so many emotions in our hips. Feel the muscle fibers opening. Take a deep breath and then push your hands up and then step back into your downward facing dog. And we're going to bring the right leg up and step it through into a pigeon stretch on the opposite side. Allowing yourself to settle in, and then slowly bring your head and chest down to your mat. Surrendering to any feelings that you have right now. Allowing your body to melt. Continuing breathing slowly. And then slowly step back into your downward facing dog. And we're going to walk the feet to the hands. We're going to end with some sun salutations. So we're going to inhale to a halfway lift. Your back should be nice and flat. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. And then inhale, we rise up, we greet the day. What are you grateful for today? Grab all the energy and love from the earth. Practice out those arms. And then we want to roll back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We rise up. Shine your heart, tiny back bends. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to rise up. I want your palms to stay over your head. Make yourself nice and long. Bring your mind to your heart center and feel the warmth of your heart. And now bring your hands to heart center, bowing your head. Grateful for this moment, grateful for this community, grateful for being here today. The highest in me honors the highest in you. Bring your arms to your side, roll the shoulders back. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Namaste.
So we're going to have an opportunity now to hear some stories from people who have had significant trauma in their lives, and people will come up and have a seat next to me who want to share their healing stories. I'm going to try to keep this as positive as we can, so we're going to try to avoid the grisly details of our traumas and move quickly through them. Would anyone like to take a seat now that knows they're going to be speaking today? And have a seat next to me. Super. Got Linda, Soraya. Any of the other healers? Oh, wow.
We fighting sit next to her. Oh, I tried yoga, didn't I? I tried. It was beautiful. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. So nice.
Oh, thank you.
You survived the heat.
Yeah, it was
The sun,
fun. I just
okay.
my knee were hurting a bit.
So, my healing journey, I'm still on my healing journey. I lost my son, Blaze, in 2018. He was 19 years old, and it was very hard to accept. Very, very difficult to accept that he was no longer alive. Probably because had been away at school. So it's so easy for us to not really get it when somebody has passed that we don't see every day. It takes time for you to get that sense. And of course, some of us here have lost people that lived with us, so that's completely different. But for me, I had a lot of time. It took a lot of time to really accept it. I knew it happened, but it just didn't feel real to me. I think it probably took at least a year. I remember people would say to me, give yourself a year, because this first year you can do anything wrong and no one will hold it against you. I was like, well, that's one good thing. But probably did a lot of things wrong. But I'm still here. So as part of my healing journey, my husband and I started an initiative to carry on our son's legacy of kindness, and that really helped. I think it helped us a lot, especially in the beginning. Doing things for other people gets you out of your own head. Doing things that make the world better, whatever it may be, whether it's your job, the fun thing you do on the weekend, if part of your community service that you committed yourself to, whatever it may be, when you do things for other people, when you see the struggles of others, it's really hard to feel sorry for yourself when you see what everybody else is going through, because in this world, it's not all about you. And you figure that out really quickly. So that's helped me. It's helped me to see that this is just part of, it's a very unfortunate thing that happened, but it is a potential. When you have kids, things happen. And, you can't have a great love with your child unless you are willing to risk that love. And, but I've never loved anyone like I love my kids. So that was not something that I regret at all. Another part of surviving a trauma like that is feeling that survivor's guilt. Like, maybe I don't deserve to be here. I wish he was here. I wish I could trade places with him. And then now I have accepted what's happened, and I just continue to I only do things now that I feel really passionate about and that are in line with the way that I want to live. I want to live a good life. I want to be productive, and I want to help people. And that's really everything that I do now is really for those purposes. Because what else is there, I mean, you can live in a beautiful place like this and you can still be in hell. So if you want your life to be beautiful inside and out, it has to be more than just where you live, what car you drive, and where your kids go to school. It has to be more. And I've always knew that. And I was always very grateful that I had the luxury of doing community service. It is a luxury to have that time to give to other people. And I was always grateful that I had enough time to take care of my own children and help other people too. But now I see that as I am an empty nester now, I do not have children living with me anymore. And it's really important now, more than ever, that I get grounded and stay productive and stay on task. And that's why I'm here. I'm going to just keep doing it. So that's how I heal. And I don't think that you ever really heal from these traumas. Some of them are just so deep. But I think that you can find another way, and you can learn how to carry that bag of rocks on your back so it doesn't bother you so much anymore. It's something you always carry, but sometimes you forget it's there. because it's not the most important thing in your life. The loss isn't the most important thing. It's what you're doing to make things better that becomes your focus. What you're doing to make other people smile, happier, have better lives, to thrive. When you see that, right, Phil? And you see people thriving, it gives you the purpose. It gives you reason to be here. And I'm sure everyone here has had their own traumas. Some of us have had, it depends. I mean, hey, if you've never had a significant trauma like I have, then less significant things seem like those big traumas. So you can't really say, oh, my trauma's not as big as yours, because in your life, in your mind, it is. And whatever it is that has hurt you, harmed you, made you pause, those are the things that we heal from and we move on. I hope that you all stay healthy, happy, keep doing good things so you can be on my podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, girl. Hi, everyone. My name is Soraya Mireille. I'm so happy to be here today with you. Can you hear me? Thank you. I'm originally from Somalia, and it was really a beautiful culture, beautiful way of life, and no trouble. But as a child, I remember, when you ask questions, the elderly, no one answers properly, or the only thing you have to go on is your senses of feeling like, what do I feel right now? What do I feel? And when you're a child, you just do things that you feel without impulse control. You don't even have that. I remember when I was maybe 10, 12, I would notice that women seem happy, but behind the scenes, they're miserable, right? And I remember one time, this young woman had twins, like 2 daughters. She was crying, and I was told that because she didn't give sons to her husband, so something is wrong. And I started investigating things, and at 13, I kept hearing like wedding nights, women get into pain. It's so painful for the wedding night, and there's a fire coming out of the ears. And I remember I wanted to investigate that, and I went under the bed of my cousin, her wedding night. And the image that kept me was, I never seen anyone having sex or anything like that, a naked people. And what kept me, the image was seeing her holding the bedpost and biting her lip. That never left me. I still remember that at my age, right? And few months that, I was called the girl with 3 legs. My classmates, because I was untouchable, and no one would explain to me why. I asked my grandmother, ask your mother, ask my mother, or I'll get you a gift. And finally, what we do in our culture, we have a rite of passage called female genital mutilation. I'm sure everybody knows that. We're not going to go into details, but I had that done. And remember the image I had a few months before with my cousin thing? Now it's like, wow. And when I ask at the end, it's like, this is what you have to get ready to get married. It's a gift. It's like a property. Here's your wife right now, right? And I start fighting since then to protect my health, my rights, and suffered a lot. But I've been an activist for over 35, 40 years, I would say, helping women to stop this horrible cultural rite of passage. And we succeeded. Passed laws in America, you could tell, because we had refugees coming here. I wanted to stop everyone from doing it. And we succeeded, passed laws, and that we send it back to Middle East, Africa, and hopefully Asia. That helped. But we succeeded for a while. We were really writing really nicely. And then the civil wars happened, and it came back again. So what I decided to do was helping people with, as I heal my pain. And to heal my pain, I have to start forgiving those who hurt me, those cruel hands that hurt me. And that was my mother and anyone who did not answer my questions, right? Because no one told me the truth. And in order for me to heal and get better and speak the way I'm speaking to you and not accept myself as a victim, I have to become strong. I say, I forgive you, but I don't forget the act. I even remember what you were wearing that day when you did to me that. Like I remember my cousin's wedding night, right? So forgiveness is the doorway to healing. That's what we hear today. We all have wounds, invisible or not visible wounds. And what we could do is like, how can I help myself helping others? Just say your words, just say what you feel and never hide from it. And I'm in a good place. Wrote book about my life story. I'm making a movie right now about that. And keep helping women and young boys. I'm against male genital mutilation also, male circumcision in America and all over. That's cultural too, but I'm here happy to be here today. So if you want to read it, just read my book, and it's really a gruesome details. I cannot go through into that. But I'm in a good place. We help so many women and many activists who became after me, young women who were afraid, to be ostracized like me, losing your country, your family. But as I said to myself, Africa gave me birth, Europe raised me, and America made me who I am today. And I'm proud to be who I am. So thank you for having me today.
Thank you, both of you, for sharing. I have come to find that nobody goes through life unscathed. And the definition of trauma is too much, too fast. Whether it's physical or mental, emotional, something that comes into your life too quickly is going to create trauma. And it's how you learn to work through the trauma and live your life with joy and happiness so that you don't let it cripple you. I grew up here in Newport Beach, and I had a really happy, wonderful childhood. And I truly did not think bad things could happen. And got married, house on the corner with a white picket fence and 3 children. And I didn't know that one day the coroner sheriff was going to knock on my door saying that my son, my 22-year-old son, was found unresponsive, probably from a drug overdose. And like you remember everything about that moment. I remember what I was wearing. I remember the exact time. I remember every moment of that as though I was watching myself from above. And it is truly the worst nightmare anyone could go through. And it was very difficult for me, as you can imagine, to try and find happiness. And I was already practicing yoga, and I started to find that the yoga was helping me heal because it was making me be very present. And I wasn't having depression about the past and anxiety about the future. And I began to discover that the breathing techniques also were calming my nervous system. So I decided to become certified in yoga and breath work and also meditation, not only to heal myself, but also to help others heal. And I started thinking maybe I can become a healed healer and show other people that no matter what it is you're going through, that you can still have a good life. And becoming part of a community of other healers has also helped heal me, because not only do we need these new modalities to help heal ourselves, we also need to be in community with other people. We live in a very isolated area, and isolation is very hard for people. So that's why we love coming together in radiance and sharing our gifts with people. Like Jeannie said, I've also become an advocate for overdose prevention
and fentanyl awareness, because they did find fentanyl in my son's system, which is the number one cause of death for 18 to 20 to 45-year-olds in the United States. And the tiniest amount, 2 milligrams, which is the size of Abraham Lincoln's nose on a penny, is lethal. And 70% of illicit drugs have up to 5 milligrams of fentanyl, which is twice the lethal amount. So I've been doing trainings to help people learn how to spot an overdose and how to prevent the overdose by administering life-saving Narcan. And also, we all know don't do drugs, but people often want to, experiment. And I'm not here to tell people don't do drugs. I'm here to help save lives. And so if people do use, I have fentanyl testing strips so they can be safe. So if you ever are interested in getting any of that, I'm here for you. In honor of my son, Tristan, who had 1 semester left of college. So thank you for letting me share my story today.
Thank you, Linda. We immediately resonated when we met at the first Radiance gathering. I feel a lot of the importance of bringing the connection of these circles is being vulnerable and sharing where you're at. And today my story, and much reflection from what was a really tragic story, is about coming to a place of forgiveness with compassion and understanding, and coming to a place of self-love. And a few years ago, it was actually at the beginning of the quarantine in 2020, my husband had been really struggling with his sobriety. And part of the struggle of sobriety was behavioral. Anybody who's ever loved an addict or somebody who struggled with staying sober, it's its own place, trying to help someone without enabling them. And when the quarantine came to a head, the whole world was in an explosive moment, and everyone was running in a state of fear, and his fear got the best of him, and it dropped him into a what he called a spiritual awakening. And he started going to a very manic episode and acting very erratically, and it was a very scary time. So I ended up, for the safety of my daughter and I, needing to flee our home because he tried to kill me. And I remember calling and trying to get help, trying to get psychiatric care, and calling all the human options in the court systems and women's shelters, and there was nowhere to go. They said, "We're not coming to save you." And in that moment, I realized I'm going to have to save myself. And it was witnessing my daughter in the moment where the world was exploding, right? It wasn't just our world. And I realized, wow, this isn't just me going through this really hard time with my husband and hallucinations and delusions and running around frantically. I mean, it's like the whole world's in a delusion, right? And I had to learn how to teach my daughter how to keep her panic attacks under control when she was hyperventilating at 9-10 years old and afraid. And I was trying to keep my calm. And one day, the sheriff coroner came and knocked on my door. And I'll never forget that moment, and having to tell my daughter that her dad jumped off of a cliff on Father's Day, and they found his body in the ocean, was the most devastating moment of my life. And it sent me into a spiral of realizing that the physical manifestations of what was happening, of physical pain, that was debilitating, and the autoimmune conditions that were incapacitating, that it was emotional. And I started studying the work of Dr. Bessel van der Kolk and Stephen Porges and all the greats in somatic integration and nervous system regulation, and learning how to get my waters calm inside my body. And everything I learned working for the doctors I was working for, validating all of that, I began to teach. And it's an honor to do. And now I look back at the gift that my husband gave us, that he gave everyone that is struggling with their mental health. Somewhere along the way, on some path, he knew that I would take the experience and honor his life with helping others and helping them with their mental health and the struggles that he was in. I have so much compassion for him, because when I was in my recovery from the devastation and the trauma, I understood what it was like for the first time to be depressed, what it did to my body to feel the depression and the weight holding me down, and the anxiety of my heart racing and not being able to do anything about it, like I just wanted to crawl out of my skin. And everybody that's going through a hard time, everybody that's been through a trauma or not gone through the trauma yet, there is a way. There's a way through. You are the medicine, and the practices we teach are how to get through it. So it's been a gift. It's been a true gift to have gone through that experience, and it's an honor to serve. Thank you for being here today.
My name's Dennis. I'm a yogaholic. I want to try to keep it light on this end. I just celebrated 8 years of sobriety. But, you know, it's just they're knocking on the door. And I got like when I went to AA, I always thought my dad had to do this AA thing. And we had this neighbor, Hugh, and they would drink beer together. They both got DUIs around the same time. And so they had to talk about these AA classes. And then they were in... So this is just like the joking part of what it was like to when I had to go in there. I was like, what? Like, this isn't going to help. So they're in there and they're going around, and, you know, my name is Dennis. You know, he goes, my name's Dennis, but I'm not an alcoholic. But my friend Hugh over here, he is. And he had a way of doing things, and, you know, they were like, you know, that's your denial that's speaking. And that's one of the biggest things through my recovery, is finding out where I'm denying and where I'm stuck and where I can get pulled right back into my addictions. So I've been playing around with some other little medicines, and I found out that I could get addicted to those medicines that are actually good for me. And I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of happening again. The man takes the drink or the cigarette, and then after a while, the cigarette or the drink takes the man. So 8 years ago, I hopped in a yoga studio, and my brother was the one. He saw me on the boardwalk and at a meeting, and he just teared up. You know, like, I didn't realize that I didn't know. I was the alcoholic's the last one to know. And I took the class and a couple classes, and I think I had this one teacher, and I was in the back corner, and she just had this energy about her. And one of the ones, I rolled over on my side, and she was like, dump everything out of your ear. And I was laying on my side, and I was just whimpering like a baby, you know, and so much got released. And I was like, wow, this is really powerful. So I found a place, and I started practicing. And I had a friend that came into my class yesterday, and we had 15 students, 2 males, and I'm the only male. And I was like, I'm not going to teach yoga. There's no way. I'm not going to do that. I go, I just like practicing. And she was on the fence about paying for it and how am I going to pay for it. And I was like, screw it. I'll just do it. Kind of go do it with you. And out of all those 15 people, I'm the only one teaching it professionally, and getting paid for it. And I was just like, who knows what was going to happen? If I was going to tell you, you're going to tell me 8 years ago that I'd be teaching a yoga class and coming out here with these gongs and all these great people with these singing bowls and sitting in these circles like this, I would have said you're fucking crazy. So it probably took a lot for things to happen. I remember I had a big fight with my wife. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And my friend the next day, he was like, I think you should go get a beer. And I was like, you think so? So I went to the bar. I had a sandwich, I remember, and I had this beer. I remember the bartender's name, Tammy. So she served me the beer, and someone told me that I needed to feel the pain. And I drank that beer, so that wasn't my sobriety date the day after. It was the day after that, so I counted it. It was on October 13th. And I started feeling no pain. I started feeling I feel it like going through my veins, like, oh my gosh, I feel good. And all of it's going away, and I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling the pain. And she was like, do you want another one? And I was like, no, I don't ever want another one again. And I haven't had a drink since. And so I can't wait to have you guys all relax and have us all play for you in a little bit and enjoy your experience, because part of the practice is to tune in your intuition. It's like I was teaching in class yesterday, instructing in a way. Yoga and these sound meditations are going to help you turn into your intuition and start to listen to your body instead of what's going on inside of your head. So if we could drop into our bodies and then listen to our authentic self, our true self. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's it. Yeah. You're cold, huh? We are cold.
Does anybody see my dog?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank you. All right. Does anybody else want to share, or does anyone have any questions? If you do, come up to the microphone, please.
Is it on?
Is it working?
Okay. Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a former clinical therapist, now turned embodiment guide, Reiki energy healer, and sound healer. And my journey is I started in clinical counseling, which was just talk therapy, CBT, and I realized that people were talking and talking and talking, and they were thinking and thinking and thinking, and they were out of their bodies. They weren't connected. So I started getting into somatic psychology. I was doing my own healing journey, doing dance and embodiment. I started reading about somatic therapy, and I started doing meditation, breath work, all of these different modalities related to our energy body and our spirit, not just our mind. And so I wanted to share something with all of you. I'm going to be going around doing some Reiki energy healing. Yay. And some tuning forks to tune all of your meridians and your chakras. But I wanted to share something with you that's really practical for all of you to take with you. You are a conductor, a creator. You are energy. You cannot be created or destroyed. You can move your energy in any way that supports you best. So I'm going to show you something that I teach my clients. And as a conductor, this is actually what I do in Reiki, is you can conduct energy between your hands. So I want you to take your hands, rub them together until you start to feel heat. And that's the evidence of the energy body that you already are. Okay? And when you take these hands that have been warmed up and energized, you can lay them on any part of your body that you intuitively feel needs support or compassion. The other thing you can do to ground into your body is I like to do an affirmation of who I am. So thumb to palm, I am power. So you can say it out loud. I am power. I am love. I am sound mind. I am health healing and an abundance of peace. Anytime you need to ground, You can warm up those hands in traffic, with your kids, at home. I am power. I am love. I am sound mind. I am health healing. And I am an abundance of peace. Do that as many times as you need to. And ground into yourself. Because you're never alone. You're always with yourself. You're always with spirit. Be encouraged.
stars, the moon, the beautiful setting sun, and the sky. Gratitude for those around you, all the amazing humans who made it here today, the beautiful souls who shared their stories. Gratitude for everyone here. Pull in gratitude for yourself, for whatever it is you have been through and how far you have come, and your beautiful future in front of you. Gratitude for loving yourself enough to persevere. I want you to take your right arm and wrap it around your left side, just to the side of your heart. And I want you to take your left arm and wrap it around your right arm. Bowing your head and loving yourself so much. Breathe in deep into your heart center, feeling your beating heart. Feeling the cool air on your cheeks. And whenever you're ready, you can gently begin to open your eyes, rocking your head left and right, and stretching your arms out in front of you, wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. And when you're ready in your own time, if you're not already sitting up, you can choose to sit up, or you can continue lying down if you prefer. I hope everyone's feeling very centered and calm and peaceful and filled with gratitude right now.
She kept piecing her paws on the grass right behind my head. I kept thinking she was going to poop. She didn't answer. It's called dog yoga. And I kept thinking, you better not.
Thank you, everyone, for coming today. As you can see, the sun is just starting to set. What's the official time for the sunset today? I think it's 4:52. Where are we right now? We got 6 minutes. Day is ending. You got the whole rest of the weekend ahead of you. You got your Saturday night. Yay. Anybody have some exciting plans for tonight? Want to share? No. Linda, you must have exciting plans. Awesome. If anybody doesn't know this, Linda is a Pilates instructor. Yeah, among other things. Yeah, I met her because she was doing Pilates with one of my close friends. Yeah, yeah, that was a good connection. All right, so if we don't have any more questions or anybody else wants to share anything, we can peace out and enjoy your healing journey, and we'll see you again next time on Pep Talks with Jeannie. And thank you. Hashtag Blaze It Forward is a campaign my family started in 2018 after our son Blaze was murdered. Hashtag Blaze It Forward provides the inspiration to thousands of people to repair the world with intentional acts of kindness. If you would like to learn more about Blaze and how you can make a difference, check out www.blazebernstein.org or join our Facebook group at hashtag Blaze It Forward. You can also check out my website for this podcast at www.peptalkswithjeannie.com. There you can follow along with my podcasting adventures and learn more about my fascinating guests and their passion projects. I would like to thank all of the volunteers who help make my philanthropic endeavors a reality. Today, that includes my producer, Eli Moskowitz, all of the volunteer crew members who join us, and a special thank you to my son, Jay Bernstein, for the original theme song you hear at the beginning and ending of each show. This has been another episode of Pep Talks with Jeannie. Until next time, keep on making this world a better place.